So is the Bitcoin blockchain too big? This has been a question really posed within the last year because of the client getting so big with the block files. Now, it's been talked about, and people have kind of determined that once it gets to a point where it's too big, we're going to have to do something to fix it. Be that, the older blocks kind of get deleted when they're not used, or some kind of intricate system of, peer systems talking to one another so that not everybody has to have the entire blockchain. Now you might ask, why am I bringing this up? Well, I've been going through my computer, my old computer, because it kind of crashed on me. I'm in the process of retrieving all the documents off of it, and I'm using a program called Winderstat. Winderstat, and it kind of makes like an image of all the sizes of different programs, and it lets you see how big each program is. And the Bitcoin file is like 11 gigabytes. It's crazy. So it made me start researching, well, why is it so big? And I found out that actually currently, right now, the Bitcoin blockchain is 10.5 gigabits, or gigabytes, I think it's gigabytes, and that's actually about 1% of a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now, I say the 500 gigabyte hard drive because the average computer out there has a 500 gigabyte hard drive inside of it. So Bitcoin's starting to get pretty big as a program. To give some comparison, the game Battlefield 4, the new game coming out October 29th, will only be 22 gigabytes. So half the size of a full-featured, high-graphic game. So it's starting to get to the point where the average user might not want, 10, 12, 15 gigabytes on their computer. And a lot of the average users might not want, their computer constantly using bandwidth to send out, nodes to each other, the uplink other users or new users to the blockchain and, sending that blockchain around. So it does pose an interesting question. Now I did some numbers just kind of look in the future. In September 2012, it was at 2 gigabytes. Only 2 gigabytes. And now September 2013, we're at 10. So that's about 5 times increase, or 500% if you like using percents. Crazy numbers. And that's not having an exponential increase even that far in advance. When Bitcoin really starts to take off, it's going to be crazy. So I did some future-proof numbers at the current rate. Of course, if Bitcoin takes off, it's going to go way more up exponentially than we can even predict. But at that number, September 2014, it'll be 52 gigabytes. On September 2015, it'll be 262 gigabytes. And on September 2006, it'll be a whopping 1.3 terabytes. 1.3 terabytes. That's crazy. That means really, within the next 3 years, we're going to have to decide, how are we going to manage the Bitcoin client? Are we going to make it so that not everyone gets these things downloaded? They don't get the entire blockchain? Are we going to use, is the Bitcoin QT wallet not going to be the official default wallet because it has such a large block history? That's an interesting question. Personally, I don't know how we're going to deal with it. The top executives of Bitcoin, and I say executives kind of leniently, the developers, I guess is a better word, have really been looking into this. They've been trying to figure out what to do, but as of right now, they're saying it's not that big of an issue. They don't see it as a posing issue. They see that maybe, by the end of 2014, by the end of 2014, it could start to pose an issue, and at that time they'll bring it up for discussion on how to implement a better system. So really, right now, all you can do is sit, let that Bitcoin client get bigger and bigger until the developers figure out what to do. So if you're trying to save space, you might have to get rid of your Bitcoin client. Who knows? Always make sure you back up your Bitcoin client. You don't want to lose your Bitcoins.